that's a good enough angle. I think that'll do.
Yes,
let me check my notes. 182 miles, 94 to Strensham. Hoping we can make it to Hotwood, that's 122 miles away.
Was that on the M5?
M42, junction 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we going across, so we're not going, I can't remember.
M4, where we go? M50, M5,
yeah, M5.
M42, M69,
And then we go left, do we?
M1, and then off to the right, yeah. So it's December the 5th, and we're travelling from Port Talbot all the way up to Nottingham for our annual work Christmas do. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to do a bit of a winter EV road test. Unfortunately, it's not very wintry. It's actually 12 degrees outside. I checked the temperature before we came, and but it is a bit overcast and dull. So we started off with what did it say? 202 miles of range, something like that, on the guessometer, and then it quickly dropped down to 180 miles of range. But I think the total distance we need to do today is 182 miles. So we're going to try and stop at, well, it depends how brave I get actually. We're either going to stop at Strensham and charge there, or we're going to stop at Hotwood. Ideally I want to stop at Hotwood because that's 122 miles into the journey, so that's quite a decent chunk of it. And if I can charge there, take it up to 90%, but easily get to Nottingham. Oh, by the way, this is Neil. Neil works with me. Say hello to the boys and girls, Neil.
Hello. So when we stop at various different places, do we have to have certain accounts or apps or whatever to be able to charge?
Some places, yeah. Like there's a BP Pulse network that I think most of them you have to have a BP Pulse account. Most of them now are actually just contactless, so I just use Apple Pay and you just tap to pay, so it's quite easy to do.
Ah, okay.
But I've got some Octopus credit in my account, and I've got like the in fact that's the Octopus Electroverse app that's on my screen right now, and you get a little RFID card, or you can use their Octopus app and you can just tap that and it takes it straight out your energy account, which I think is much more convenient than having lots and lots of apps to use.
Yeah.
Personally, but no, most of the time, most of the ones on the motorway, they're all contactless anyway, so you don't tend to need an app at all for that. But you can get an app that gives you a discount. So I think with the Octopus card, you get 5% off the actual price that's on the screen. So it's a bit of a better deal. So is this the first electric car you've been in? Have you been in any others? No. What have you been in then?
Tesla.
A Model 3?
Model Y.
Oh, Model Y, the big one.
Big one. Mustang.
Oh, the
Ford.
Ford.
Yeah, and I think that's... Oh no, and I've been in an early Renault...
Zoe?
No.
No?
What was it, the Zoe? That looked like the Clio.
Yeah, it's a Zoe.
Yeah,
Looks a
if
bit
you
like
remember from where we used to work, he used to have one.
I'm going to have to beep out his name because he hasn't got permission to be on the video.
Yeah.
So it's going to sound like you've just sworn about someone.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do like the sound the Renault Zoe makes. It makes a very French sound. It kind of goes, oh, as it's driving along.
Yeah.
You can't get much more French than a Zoe, I think. Yeah, I imagine the Ford and the Tesla were probably a lot more luxurious than this car. I think this only feels nice because it's new, but it's just a bit bog standard, really.
Yeah.
It's very bare bones.
I think it's like most modern cars, though, isn't it? Rather than being like an electric car. Because the Tesla, you get the big screen and all that rubbish.
It's like an iPad stuck in the middle of the screen. I would like a Tesla. So I think I've got 3.5 years left on the lease for this one. But at the end of that, I'm saving up because I know I'm going to have to get another car.
Yeah.
But whether I'm thinking of getting 2 electric cars, because we've got the Dacia Duster at the moment, and that is 8 years old now. It's not going to last too much longer, I wouldn't have thought, before it starts to become uneconomical for me to look after. I'd like a second-hand Model Y to replace that, and then maybe, now other viewers, if you've watched other videos, you'll know I'm about to say Dacia Spring, that little £15,000 electric Dacia car that's just launched this year, because I like that one. It's only got like 100 miles of range, but it's all you need for pootling backwards and forwards. Yeah. And then we have a second-hand Tesla for longer journeys that we know we can use the supercharger network on.
Yeah.
You going to go electric?
I might do. I'm a VW transporter guy, and so I've had a T25, I've had a T3, 4, 5, currently driving a 6. Quite like the new ID Buzz.
I love the ID Buzz.
Look very nice. But I don't know the experience. I do a lot of short distances, which would suit, but then I drive to family in Cornwall, family in Northampton, family in Enfield.
Go on. What's the range of the ID Buzz then?
So, according to Volkswagen Vans.co.uk, it's 293 miles.
That's better than I thought. So, yeah, so that even fully laden, then you're going to get over 200 miles definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You get down to Cornwall on that. How far is it to Cornwall?
235 we are. 235 miles. So it's touch and go. Yeah.
You'd want to charge,
especially with the A30 hills and stuff as you're coming into Cornwall. It's yeah. So not quite there, but one charge is good enough to get down there, because we normally stop for half hour anyway. So you could get away with it.
You wouldn't need any more. Yeah. Just got to make sure you got charging while you're down there, wherever you're staying. I don't know what the infrastructure's like down in Cornwall. Somebody put in the comments, is it good charging down in Cornwall, please? So just coming off the motorway, we've made it 122 miles all the way to Hopwood without stopping. We've got 41% left on the range, which is 83 miles apparently. And now I just need to find the chargers. Apple Green EV charging, just there. EV charging arrows. Is that straight on?
Straight on,
left?
yeah. Straight on. There we go.
Oh, that's the grid serve. I don't want those. Those ones are slow. So we're going to go down here. There they are. Apple Green down there. Those ones are like 50 kilowatts. These ones are 180, I think. I wonder if there's a free one.
It says 5 pence per kilowatt hour. I can't believe that.
Oh no, it's not 5p per kilowatt.
There's plenty of Teslas, yeah?
Yeah. Where am I going? This is where I could really do with a reversing camera, because I've no idea.
I don't even know.
Don't want to hit anything. Don't hit anything. Don't hit anything. That's as close. Oh yeah. I got the wrong one. So we stopped and charged for, what was it?
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah.
And we put in about 25 kilowatt hours on the Apple Green chargers. So I've now got 90% and 187 miles of range. Now I want to stop and charge at McDonald's in Clifton just to top it up, because I think if we've got 60 miles ish to get there to Nottingham, and then another 60 miles tomorrow morning to get back here to Hopwood, and then that gives us maybe 60 miles of spare. I think I'd rather top up at Clifton and just be safe.
As long as we top up at Clifton.
Yeah.
And then drive all the way home.
No, I'm not going to do it all the way home. No, I can't do that. I'm not that brave. The car can. Doesn't know what it wants. The car tried to kill me 3 times already with its beeping lane assistance thing.
We'll have to see tomorrow what we're going to do.
Yeah, it wants me to drive straight from Nottingham all the way back home, and that's 182 miles without stopping, and that's basically the range of the car. I
could have sworn you quoted 200.
It says 200, yeah, but it's going to be like 7 degrees outside tomorrow. It's going to be colder, so we're not going to get the same range.
But you all want to see a real world test, surely?
Part of me is tempted, but I'm not a gambler. I'm not a gambler.
We'll see.
Right.
So how much does it cost to charge your car in the house then?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Neil, because I'm with Octopus Energy, and they give me 5 hours of off-peak energy every night from midnight to 5:30 on the Octopus Go tariff, and that's a lot cheaper because that's 8.5 pence per kilowatt hour as opposed to like 25p per kilowatt hour, which is in the day. So if you do want to consider switching to Octopus Energy, then please use my referral code that's on the screen right now. If you use that, then we'll both get £50 of account credit once your switch is completed. Is that a good plug?
Good plug.
Thank you. Got to McDonald's in Clifton near Nottingham, and we were down to 66% or 67% with 144 miles of range left. So that is actually plenty to get to the hotel and then to the back to Hotwood services again tomorrow, but it's going to be a lot colder tomorrow, so I'm just going to take it up to 80% so as we've got a little bit of extra reserve, because I don't know how the car behaves when it gets down to really cold temperatures. I know you're willing to risk it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're definitely willing to risk it, but yeah, I think this is the first long trip I've done in this car. In case I haven't said, the car is an MG4. Regular viewers will know that this is an MG4, but yeah, I don't know how it behaves when it gets down to like 30%, because if we'd have left it as it is, we used about 25% to get here from Hotwood. There's another 25% down. We'd be at like 30%-ish by the time we got to Hotwood, which is obviously plenty, but I don't want any drama. So I think take it up to 80. Definitely going to make it then, 100%. We topped up to 80% and it took 12 minutes, so not bad, only £6 something to put that in.
Yeah.
I know it's only a tiny amount, but I'm now happier about getting back to Hotwood tomorrow with plenty of spare. You're going to be asleep anyway.
No, I won't be asleep.
You'll be asleep.
Judging by the way you've just pulled out, I won't be asleep.
Look, that police car wanted me to pull out in front of him. So we made it, it's 2:15 and I've got 77% remaining. Was it 160 something miles of range? Something like that. Anyway, next time I speak to you, it'll be tomorrow, so we'll do the return journey then. Good morning, Nottingham. Yeah, so next morning, it was 6 degrees outside when I checked the weather forecast this morning, and we left about, was it 9:30? No, it wasn't. No, we left about 10:15. So we've only been on the road about 20 minutes, and yeah, we're just gonna head straight down to Hotwood services, charge there, and then go all the way home in theory. I don't think I'll be doing much talking to you on this journey unless something really interesting happens, but as you keep calling me, I'm being Mr. Cautious on this journey, so yeah, I don't think there's going to be any drama. But I'm going to charge at Hotwood, and then we're going to go all the way home, and then I'll give you a bit of a rundown when I get there of how much it cost and how many miles we did total and all that sort of stuff. Oh, and efficiency as well, that sort of thing. So anyway, I will speak to you later. Right then, I'm all back home now, and it is a couple of days later actually, because we've had a bit of a storm over the weekend, but I've gone through all the numbers and I've got all the data here to give you. So I'm going to move to the side a little bit so as I can put all the data just here on the screen. So we travelled a total of 359 miles. And the average efficiency in the car was 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour. Now if you remember, we stopped first at Hotwood services. So we started with 100% state of charge in the car, did 122 miles to Hotwood services, and we put in 25.42 kilowatt hours of energy. And that cost me £18.55. Then we travelled up to McDonald's. Arguably, we probably didn't need to charge there at all, but I did, and I put in 7.25 kilowatt hours at a cost of £5.86. Then we went to the hotel. Next morning, got up, travelled straight back to Hotwood, 60 miles away, and that was another 26.44 kilowatt hours of energy put in there for £19.28. Then we did the 122 miles straight back home, and I plugged in and charged off peak overnight, and that was a big charge, 44.8 kilowatt hours, but that only cost me £3.81, so that's an absolute bargain because it was only like 8.5 pence per kilowatt hour. So the totals then, total energy 103.9 kilowatt hours used at a total cost of £47.50. Now on its own, that doesn't really mean much, so I thought let's give it some context. Let's compare it to how much that would cost if I'd used my diesel Dacia Duster to do the same journey. Now that would have used, that uses about 50 miles per gallon in its efficiency on this sort of journey at this time of year. And at the current prices of £1.34 for a litre of diesel, which is supermarket prices near where I live, that would have used 32.64 litres at a cost of £43.74. So it's actually cheaper by £4 or so to have done the journey in the diesel Dacia Duster than it would have been to do it in the MG4. But it's a lot more comfortable to do it in the electric car, especially as we got stuck in traffic quite a bit. There was a lot of 50 mile an hour stretches all the way home, and on the M4 there was a lot of bumper to bumper traffic, and in traffic jams in an electric car are much more pleasant than in a diesel car, because you're not doing all the sort of clutch control and joltiness and all that sort of stuff. So overall I'm glad I did it in an electric car, but what are the lessons that I've learned on this little trip? Well, I think I need to learn to trust the range guess on my car. I think the MG4's range is reasonably accurate. I've been scarred a little from the Vauxhall Corsa EV that we had. That used to say 200 miles of range, which is roughly the same as the MG4. But the problem is it would just skydive all the way down. So you realistically wouldn't get more than 150 miles out of it, especially on that last part of the journey. I think in the MG4 we lost maybe 15 miles of range in that last stretch of the journey compared to what it said we were going to do, whereas if I'd done that in the Corsa, if it said I'd got 50% left, it would say maybe 50 to 60 miles of range. I'd be doing like 1% for 1 mile. It would be dropping rapidly. So yeah, I didn't trust the Corsa at all, which I think has led me to not trust the MG4, but it turns out the MG4 is a bit more trustworthy. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. So if you found this useful, then please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more from me. These amazing people here are my channel members, and if you'd like to become a channel member too and get benefits like early access to my videos, so maybe some special behind the scenes content, that sort of thing, then please check out the link down in the description. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.